Hello, and welcome to 30 Minutes. I'm Patty Stalker. Today I'll be sitting down with Westford's local news hound, Andrew Silvia. Some of you may know Andrew as having been the local beat writer for the Westford Patch for many years. Well, Andrew has a new venture called the Westford Template, and he'll tell us all about it and a little bit about himself today. But first, please join fellow colleague George Cox and I as we head to Burlington to meet with Dr. Randall Smith. Dr. Smith is renowned in the field of dentistry and cosmetic enhancements, and we'll be in his office to learn a bit about Botox and fillers. What's the difference between the two, and how each of them can help you have a more youthful appearance. It should be a good show, so stick around. It's 30 Minutes. So 30 Minutes is on a road trip, and George Cox and I head out on a Friday afternoon to learn all we need to know about Botox and fillers from Dr. Randall Smith of Burlington, Massachusetts. We're greeted by Dr. Smith and his technician and assistant, Denise. We fill out the proper forms and then talk a bit about what we'd like to change about our appearance. George is a veteran in this area, but I'm a newbie. If you ever had any questions about non-surgical cosmetic enhancements, you should have them all answered today.
Botox is used for what we call dynamic lines and wrinkles, meaning when you make faces like mad faces or happy faces, you see the skin folds.
Right.
The muscles underneath are pulling on the tissue. Botox originally was approved for what we call the glabellar area, which is the part in between your eyes above your nose.
Okay.
Now in many other areas, because it's very effective, as you mentioned, the forehead, fine lines above your lips, especially from smoking.
Well, I don't smoke, thankfully.
Right, and you can even use it for someone that has a very gummy smile.
Now, Botox, people think botulism and toxins and dangerous, and that's always been a question that I've had. What is there any truth behind that?
Botox has been approved for over 20 years without any incidents or
by the FDA,
problems.
you mean?
By the FDA. Over the years, it's been approved. Originally, it was approved for several diseases and treatment of the muscular problems there. And now it's been approved for, like I said, the glabellar area. It's used everywhere else, and it's got a very good track record. It's not permanent, so the effects...
How long do they last generally?
It depends on which area the Botox is being used. In other words, if we're using it in an area where there's a high blood flow, like around your lips and eyes, it tends to disappear faster. It's movement. Your body breaks it down, carries it away, and eventually you go back to the way you were. The effects are cumulative, so the more times you have it, and let's say it could be 3 months to 6 months, somewhere in that range, you need less. The effect is greater with a smaller amount, and it tends to last a little bit longer. The side effects is if there's too much used in an area, you may have you could have your eyelids droop.
Right.
I've taken several courses over the years.
Right.
Got approval. As a matter of fact, in Massachusetts, you have to have so many hours of education specifically on Botox and fillers before you're even allowed to do it. The fillers would be used more in a situation where there's no muscle movement. Basically, in the upper part of the face, you tend to lose a lot of the fat pads underneath that support that skin and tissue. And that
now, fat pads, you would think, who wants fat pads? But
Yeah,
fat pads are good?
That's what fills up your face. And otherwise, you'd be seeing skin on bone with a little muscle in between.
Okay.
So the fillers are a great way to replace that. And in using them in that realm, they last for up to 1 to 2 years. The fillers now come with anesthetic in them.
Okay.
So once we start to use them, there's a numbing effect almost instantly.
Okay.
So it's really not uncomfortable.
Okay. Will I be
We've
able
done
to
this-
eat and like have a glass of wine after
Yes,
this?
yeah. The only thing you can't do is you can't do anything strenuous, or
Oh.
you don't want to have any treatments done to your face, like if you're going to an esthetician for
Okay. Like a facial?
a facial or something. You don't want to move this around until it has a chance to settle in.
Really?
Yes, because it is movable for up to 48 hours.
Oh.
All right.
So I can't go for a run tomorrow?
You can, by then it should be fine. It's just for at least a couple hours afterwards, and
Okay.
sometimes we even have you put ice on it to minimize any swelling that might occur.
Okay. Yeah.
Now with Botox, there's virtually no swelling.
Okay.
You might have an occasional little bruise or something from the injection, but because we're going a little bit deeper into the tissue with the fillers, you can get some little trauma in there and some swelling, which disappears over the next few days to maybe a week at the
Okay.
most. And then, then it looks great. You can see immediately the response. When you use Botox, it takes 2 to 10 days.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yes, for the muscles to actually relax and then to see the effect. And then at that point, we have a lot of patients come back and take a look, and if we need to do an enhancement or an adjustment, we do it at that time.
Okay.
And after that, nothing for 3 months.
Okay.
That would be a minimum time you would want to wait before you'd have.
The next injection of Botox.
Exactly.
Okay, but fillers would be every couple of years?
It depends on what filler we're using, where we're using, and if you
Okay.
use fillers in the lips, it disappears pretty quickly. As I mentioned before, there's a high blood flow, you're moving your lips a lot, the material tends to dissipate.
Some move their
a lot
lips
quicker.
more than others,
Yes,
too.
yes.
And as Dr. Randall Smith's technician and assistant Denise expertly prepares the fillers in the adjacent room, I'm preparing myself for something completely out of my comfort zone. Both Dr. Smith and my colleague George, who are both seasoned in this area, assure me it is a safe and relatively quick and painless procedure. I'm in good hands. So here we go. I look like a deer caught in headlights, but Dr. Smith again reviews the procedure, and as he steps out to retrieve the proper dosage from Denise, we'll break away to see how George does with the Botox, and we can see my results later in the show.
You requested was what we call the glabellar region between your eyebrows. And, well, let's show the audience. Make a mean face. See, that looks really mean. See how wrinkled he is in here? So we're going to relax the muscles in there, and then make a surprised face. And you see up here, he's got a lot of lines that he doesn't like, so we're going to.
Now, I know a lot of women do this, but I know you say a lot of men get it done. I know that I've seen men get it done where their eyebrows kind of go up. How do you keep the eyebrows down on men? Because that's a big thing. Like in California, when I was in California, guys that have Botox done and they have that buggy eye look. How do you keep the eyebrows down when you do it?
Have to, when we place the Botox along your forehead. Number one, we don't want to use too much. And number two, it has to be evenly dispersed, because if you put too much in one area and relax the muscle around that is going to continue to pull and raise those eyebrows.
So less is more. Less is more, folks. Don't.
Especially in this area.
Yeah, the main thing is, folks, you don't want to be overdone. I know a lot of people, they just get overdone, and it almost looks like you look like an alien. It's good to maintain, and I think, I'm almost 50. I don't mind doing this, but you just gotta find the right person, and you just don't want to look emotionless either.
So you're gonna feel a little pinch. You've been through it before.
Pain is beauty.
Yeah. No pain, no gain, right?
No pain, no gain in anything in life.
Pain is beauty, but really not so painful here. A bit of a pinch, a little burn, and George gets about 20 injections of Botox into his forehead, the procedure taking all of about 5 minutes. And when it's all said and done, George is not a bit worse for the wear, and in just a few days, he will go from furrowed to fabulous. And what we all want to know, how does it feel, George?
Just a little pinch, people. That's all it is. A little pinch.
So as you can see, it's a relatively quick and painless procedure. The fillers around my mouth and nose soften my look. And although it isn't a drastic change, I really do feel refreshed. And as you can see from George's before and after photos, the Botox in his forehead certainly made him look smoother and younger. So I hope we were able to answer some of your questions on cosmetic enhancements. I'd like to thank Dr. Randall Smith for inviting us to come in and make us feel welcome. Please stop by his office in Burlington if you'd like more information. Coming up next, I sit down with Andrew Silvia to talk about his new hyper-local online venture, the Westford Template. Stick around.
Announcing the New England Radar Award for Musicians Under 21, presented by Pavo.org and the New England Music Awards. Submissions are now being accepted for the 2015 Rising Artist Detection and Recognition Award. Congratulations to the 2014 winners. Closer Than We Appear.
It's not so bad, it's not so bad, it's not so bad anymore.
The Cranks.
Oh, what was killing me? Well, we can't get in my sleep, and how could I sleep?
And the Meadow Brothers.
I'll stay here in Mississippi, and I'll watch this river going home.
How does one enter?
It's not hard to be eligible. You needed to be under 21. You needed to be aware of things going on in the area. So Pavo is an organization that supports young musicians. They put on their website, their Facebook page, hey, we have a new award coming up, submit. You follow the link and you fill out a form. You include a short bio, some photographs, and some links to your music. And they retrieved all those, put them all together, and then submitted those out to a judging panel.
So do you have what it takes? Submissions are now being accepted through November 28th, 2014. Go to pavo.org today. You could be the next Radar Award recipient. You could be the next star.
Andrew Silvia, thank you so much for joining me today on 30 Minutes.
Good to be here.
So I was telling you earlier, I think of you as the Clark Kent of the Merrimack Valley. I picture you as sort of the beat writer with the fedora hat and the sleeves rolled up and the cup of coffee and covering all the important events, local events. And let's face it, unfortunately, in this day of big corporate buyouts of newspapers and television stations and radio stations, there's not a lot of local coverage anymore, and that's where you come in.
That's where I hope to come in.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about that. So you are starting a new online, well, it's been up and running now for how long?
It's about a week.
Oh, really?
Give or
Only
so. Yep. It
wow.
started about mid-May. What was it? May 15th or so.
I
Still
actually,
kind of in a beta sort of phase, so we're still filling it out. It's gonna improve over time, hopefully.
well, let's mention the name. It's
yeah,
called
it's called the Westford Template. Mm-hmm. And
westfordtemplate.com that you can find online.
Mm-hmm.
I find it hard to believe it's only been up for a week because I was reading through it the last couple of days. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Very
We're already up to about 20, 25 stories so far already in a week. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in Westford people don't realize. And I'm missing things too, so
It's incredible. No, it really looks great. Very easy to navigate through.
Thank you. Hopefully simplicity can stay there no matter what I do, improving it. So that's the key thing. I think people want to see the stories, not all the mumble jumble.
So you started out, well, I don't know where you can tell us where you started out, but I think most people know you from, like I said, sort of the Clark Kent of this area, running around and covering things for Westford Patch.
Yeah, I was the patch guy for 3 years. I came on board in May of 2011. I can't believe it's been that long now since I came to Westford. And I also did Chelmsford for the patch starting in August 2012. And I did both of those until January. And there was some changes at the corporate level, and they laid off a lot of people, and I took a few months figuring out what I'm going to do, and Westford seems like it's the place to be. I mean, I've been here for so long. I wanted to try to build on that. It's a great community to work and live in, and hopefully I can make this work.
Now the site itself, like I said, I looked at it, really well written, easy to navigate through. I saw that you did some coverage of the local apple blossom
celebrations, and the photography looks really great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and so did you do that? Are you your own photographer as well?
I am everything. I get to everywhere I can be. For this year I was able to take photography of the few days leading up to it, including Westford Cat's Battle of the Bands.
Yeah,
And,
that looks really good. You got some great close-ups. Yeah.
And unfortunately,
Ira will be happy that you mentioned his show.
There you go.
Ira Keltz is
Although
the host of...
I think on his show for that he calls himself Ike Keltz.
Yeah, Ike.
With
He's
the
Ike.
hat,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm sorry. It's Ike. He's like, yeah. See, now he's got the hat, and I picture you with the fedora.
I need the hat. I need the hat.
I should have told you to wear it. I'm sorry.
That's all right. So yeah, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it for the parade itself. I had some family commitments, but I was lucky to get some help from people in the community. So
Yeah, they really. So you didn't take those. You had someone else do it. That's great.
Yeah.
Would you consider reaching out to people who may want to contribute to this site? Or
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll do whatever I can to help them out, and hopefully they can help me out.
Are you getting advertisers on board? Are you trying to raise money? How are you promoting it? That sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking for advertisers. So anybody's out there looking for me, please email me at westfordtemplate.com. And also donations. So we've gotten a few so far. It's only the first week, so fingers crossed it'll continue to go forward. And I guess one thing I considered when I was coming back was everyone. As I was leaving, everyone said, "Oh, we're going to miss you. We're going to miss you. We want you back." So I figured, well, if they want me back, they can give me money, right? You know?
Right.
Kind of like a public radio kind of thing, like sustaining donors or something.
Yes.
Maybe telethon. If you donate $100, we'll give you a tote bag or
Andrew Silvia tote bag.
Yeah, well, the telethon here in Westford Cat.
Right. Or like a little rubber ball with your name on it. I don't know. There's always
I think Westford Cat already has
I
them.
know. That's why I thought of that. A pencil would always be good,
Pencil.
though. Yeah,
Figure something
notepad,
out.
something.
Like I said, I'm still learning all that stuff. I know reporting. I know Westford, but it's just I've never done the business side of things, so it's kind of. I was wondering whether I should wait or I should go, but I figured perfect is the enemy of good. So it's better to learn as I go rather than trying to be perfect.
Absolutely, yeah. You do learn as you go, and if you wait too long, then you're going to, let's face it, people forget.
Exactly.
Let's keep
I figured
you fresh.
If I was going to do this, I should do it now. I mean, worst case scenario, I could say I gave it a shot, and I'm able to stay in Westford for a few more months.
I wonder if there's some sort of fundraising you could do, like a big event or something along those lines.
I should consider that.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, if anyone, if anyone's watching and has ideas for Andrew, definitely contact him on his website, or you could even contact us here at Westford Cat. We could get the message over to you. But anyone that has ideas on fundraising for you, I think that would be terrific.
Oh, thank you.
You're well liked, and you're definitely needed.
Thank you.
In this community. There's such a lack of local coverage, real local coverage, and I sort of hope to do that here as well. I find when I watch local news, really they don't talk much about politics, or it's covering convenience store holdups, and
if it bleeds, it leads, right?
it's true. I mean, if you can find a great video,
that's one of the things that's always bothered me about when people talk about the media. It's just the media will cover whatever people want to pay attention to.
It's true.
And
it's all ratings.
If people just said, look, I will pay attention to X, Y, and Z, that's what the media will cover. It's just hard getting those two things and getting people to tell people having the media understand what that is. It's just hard sometimes.
Right. Well, if they're getting the numbers,
Yeah,
then they're going to keep putting out their.
Yeah, the numbers are what draw the advertisers, and the advertisers are what draw the money. I mean, no business can exist without money.
It's true. I worked in the television industry and marketing and sales, and whatever television station in the market is getting the highest ratings, obviously they're the most sought after, and they can charge the highest price for advertising.
It's really a shame. Hopefully, one thing I hope I can do is try to stop that disconnect. Like ask people, like, what do you want me to cover? How can I help you? How can I help give you a voice? And I don't know if I can do that, but I'll do my best. So they can feel, look, at least there's one member of the media trying to help them out. I mean, I obviously I'm going to be objective no matter what, but
Right.
hopefully I can make them a little bit less jaded about my profession.
Talk a little bit about what you're covering.
Right now, our goal, the goal at the Westford Template is just to be everything Westford. There's going to be some kind of Westford tie, no matter what it is. The industry term is hyper local. So local might be, I don't know, Lowell or something, but what hyper local has to be okay. It has to have some kind of Westford in it.
I love it.
It could be. It might be in Chelmsford, but but Westford. Tile, for example, a day or two ago, Dennis Galvin, who was running for state rep, he was in Lowell. It was in Lowell, but he's from Westford, so
Right.
he was the focus.
Absolutely.
So everything I do won't be in Westford, but it'll have some kind of Westford tie-in to it, because I think that's a niche that's not being that's not there right now. Not to say that the other outlets in town aren't doing a great job. It's just it's apples and oranges, I think.
And how so?
Because one thing I would say about the other media outlets is it's more not hyper local but local and regional. There's other things on there too,
Right.
and
That's true.
there's other places you can go for that. And you can go to those places. I figured it's not worth reinventing the wheel.
Right.
It's not worth duplicating the great work that they're doing. I should go out and do my own things.
Right. Keep it, like you said, keep it hyper local.
Yeah.
Now, how are people reacting? Are they, I mean, do you have regular contacts with, say, the schools, and you said with the police department and that sort of thing?
That's one thing you have to do if you're a community reporter, build relationships. And
Yeah.
it was really great to see. In the first week, we got, I think, about 300 new Facebook fans.
So advertisers, are you knocking on doors yourself?
Yeah, and that's a learning experience.
I mean, yeah, that's
'Cause, I like I said, I've never done this before, so
Yeah.
it's good. I'm going to have to learn the sales part of things, and hopefully, one thing I can do as a reporter is help advocate for businesses in town. Again, not in a
right.
non-objective way, but just let people know they're out there, and here's our business community.
Have you thought of having interns from Westford Academy come in and give some of their time to you? That might not be a bad idea.
I'd look into it.
Yeah.
Right now, like it was with Pat, it's just a home office situation. So
Right.
I don't know how that impacts anything, but
No, but what if you had them? I'm not
Do it
trying to
from
make you
home.
do anything here.
I would love to help.
Yeah, because I'm thinking we had some really great interns in here for their last semester of school, and they were so eager to learn and just
And I know that at Westford Academy, the ghostwriter does such an
ghostwriter.
amazing job.
Yes.
Oh,
There you go. See, and you could.
I don't have much to teach them. I mean, they already know what they're doing.
I know, but still, they would be, they would be
yeah, I'll have to look
online,
into it. That's a great
and
idea.
they would also be, they could get credits for it, and they
If
would
I
be.
could get some ghostwriter
That'd be
writers,
terrific.
that'd be great. I got to look into that.
All right, see, we're giving you all sorts of new ideas here.
Glad I came here today.
I know. I'm actually really glad you did too. So again, people that may want to give some a donation to you, how do they go about doing
There's
that?
a little box right on our site, right on the upper right-hand corner. It goes to our PayPal page. Still looking at some other options because, as you know, with all credit card companies, they take a little slice out of it. So looking around to see if there's any company that take a smaller slice.
A smaller slice than PayPal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for now, PayPal is pretty much the
Well,
standard.
people could always mail you checks
Yeah,
too.
mail me
I'm sure.
checks. Yeah. I should get a post office box, I guess.
No, you probably should. No, but I would love to see the community get behind you and anything that we can do
thank you.
to make that happen.
Yeah, please just send donations our way. That's donations and advertisements. That's what's going to make or break this. And like I said, I'm going to try my best for a few months and see if it works. And if not, then I can say I did my best and I came back to town.
Anyone that has any ideas and would like something covered, and definitely you should be the person to contact. I've really enjoyed what you've done over the years with Westford Patch, and I think everybody here in the community. I think you're a local celebrity, and to the thought that you were leaving us was disappointing.
Yeah,
and
I was sad too. It was a little bit of a shock, but life goes on.
Absolutely. There was a little shockwave that went through, and I know that you were trying to figure out what to do, and I'm really glad that you decided to start this new venture.
I'm glad to. And Patch was a great experience. They're a great company. I'm glad that they gave me the opportunity to come here to Westford.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you you got your name there and sort of got your feet wet. And let me ask you one more thing, though.
Sure.
When you go out there and cover all this, are you writing it every day and putting it out there on the website?
It's every day. We're aiming for about, right now, we're getting about 2 to 3 stories per day. In the past, I think I averaged about 5 to 6, because I know weekdays we had 7 or more, and then weekends 1 or 2. And I don't know if I'll be able to do that doing sales and also the technical stuff, but it'll be multiple things every day. Our goal is to have people come on every single day,
and hopefully you coming on here will help get that word out. But I know everyone here is rooting for you and wants you to do well.
Great. Well,
Okay,
thank you so much.
So again, the website?
It's www.westfordtemplate.com.
Okay. All right, Andrew Silvia, you're always welcome.
Great.
All right, I'm sure we'll see you around, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
And thank you so much for watching 30 Minutes.